Hello Pokemon Go trainers, it's a Seahawks fan with another Go Battle League video. In today's video, 600k Stardust to level 50 a Shadow Galvantula. Definitely a very spicy Pokemon for Ultra League, but I mean one of the biggest things in Ultra League right now is for Alligator. But also Corviknight. Now, did I see any Corviknights? Maybe not. Drifblim is also another very strong flying type. But alas, Mudslap is very strong, so it's definitely important to have some counters to it. In this Mudslapper, they let me get some counters in before they took me out because they did not want me to bring it something to farm them down and get a lot of energy. But I did get some farm with the Volt Switches. Did take a bit of damage, but that's fine because energy lead, especially 2 Volt Switches, is a lot. And my opponent gets absolutely cooked with the Galvantula in the back, able to deal with the Licky. They left the battle, they closed the app, it happens. And yeah, Shadow Drifblim goes kaboom! It doesn't get one shot, surprisingly. I guess if it is an XL Pokemon, then it's still very tanky. Now, I mean, if you're going to build a Galvantula, I would not recommend it. Definitely a bit of a niche Pokemon, but it does have its place. I mean, there's a lot of water types, a lot of flyers. Definitely not the worst thing to build, but it is a steep investment. There are better Shadow Pokemon to build. Shadow Gator, Shadow Dragonite is amazing right now, still. Steelix with Thunderfang is super meta. Shadow, you may want to do over Galvantula, but I mean, Joltix is a relatively common bug spawn. Not the easiest to catch. Now, Tapu Fini, Nature's Madness. I mean, it's not the most meta water type. Going up right now into a much more meta water type. But we're going to Nature's Madness in the counter for the Snipe. I have a better Annihilate than this. I just so stingy on using Elite TMs. Even though I have a rank 3 Ultra League 1 built already. But I just do not want to Elite TM that. We get a mirror match of Annihilates. Now I do have 0 attack. Gonna be losing Crutchack priorities. So gonna go from a chip and dip, trying to make a catch. I mean, a boosted Rage Fist is a lot of damage. But it's gonna go somewhere. A shield Pokemon. I don't mind it going into Tapu Fini, and I can shield this one and get the water gun down, right? Yeah, game. Definitely gonna get that water gun down. And I do, which puts me in a good spot. I mean, I am actually very damaged. I actually did land the Nature's Madness. That's nice. They don't want to give me too much farm. We're going to terrify them with the Galvantula, but actually they have another thing that's strong. I do take a shield, which is very important. Breaking down those shields, and any chance I KO with Annihilate is a problematic. They do shield the first one, but I have no shields, and unfortunately I do not have back-to-back Rage Fist, and Galvantula just gets cooked. It was ready to shock the Gator, but it could not deal with the Crocodile. The Croc was a problem. The Gator, yeah, it was a bit. Couldn't deal with it yet. And Moonblast is not a one-hit KO move into Shadow Galvantula. And it does even less damage with the debuff. Galvantula, I mean, I've been hunting for a really good Shadow one for a long time. Don't do too much Ultra League. I mean, it is actually a pretty good meta. But the investment is a lot. But I do have spent a lot of Stardust on some very, very excelled up Pokemon. And Shadows, notably both Ninetales, Alolan, and Kanto Ninetales. Definitely not gotten the use out of them. But dragons are pretty common, fighting pretty common. Shadow Ramble, stay tuned. It does make a return. It's very, very fun Charmer to use. And we are going to just be staying in with Tapu Fini for the Drifblim. Because we were the last Pokemon, but nice. They were not ready to clean us up, and we took the win. Annihilate into Shadow Gator. They do have Shadow Claw, putting in a lot of damage. They do pace 2 Hydro Cannons before our Rage Fist, so they will be at 3 Shadow Claws away. And I do double shield because the boosted Rage Fist, I mean, even if it's a normal type comes in, kind of not good for them. His counter puts in a lot of damage, and typically they're not going to have, like, it's not going to be a Snorlax that licks. And I made a terrible play. They did not double shield the Mandibuzz, though. Boy, that's a problem. Should have gone for the Ice Punch. That's why I have Ice Punch. Silly me. Silly goose me. I mean, they would probably be so close to getting KO'd. I do swap into Galvantula to then, and I did get that Volt Switch in, which is really nice. We're going to see Scrafty. They're going to probably have Thunder Punch, Dark Pulse. We do resist Dark Pulse, but we are, well, Foul Play, actually. But we are just going to be able to Volt Switch and get enough energy to then double discharge. And the Mandibuzz would be done if they got hit by a Ice Punch, which I should have thrown. Like, it was just a big, silly mistake. We terrified Greninja. I let them launch a move onto my Annihilate. I mean, it's not exactly welcome damage. I guess, actually, maybe I'm staying in at this point. I do survive a move. I don't get debuffed. I actually do shield. I'm going to go for another Rage Fist, and I get a nice counter down. And I'm going to find outdoor number 3, and it's a Clefable, which is fantastic. I have the Water Bug counter, perfect counter for Greninja. And I have a pretty nice neutral Pokemon to just tank whatever energy this Clefable has. And I want Charge Act priority. And they Swift, and it's not even enough for the KO. They do get some more Fairy Wind energy, which is actually pretty valuable. But we're kind of in an amazing spot. They're going to Moonblast, get the damage going. I should be able to survive a Hydro Cannon, but actually, I think I don't risk it. No, I do risk. Oh my gosh, what? Oh no. Oh no. I had the move for the KO. That's a bad. I do not get to the Nature's Medicine time. I can see it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't click the move. I clicked on Volt Switch. I barely misclicked. Oh my gosh. I should have just shielded. Shield. Oh well. Should have shielded, but it's fine. We're going to be lunging into the Nidoqueen. I enjoyed using Galvantula. Definitely fun, but I do want to climb Elo. And it is not the easiest team to build around Galvantula, but it's fun. And I spent the Stardust, so I'm getting use out of it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the crazy Shadow Pokemon Spice. The massive investment. We're going to bring in Tapu Fini. We do need to preserve the Annihilate. We respect the Brave Bird and Dip. But it's not that. We are going to go and force a shield. I really need Tapu Fini to deal with the Talonflame and being able to deal with the last Pokemon. Back. Okay, that's good. Hope. Because, I mean, if they're going to get some energy on my Annihilate with the Talonflame, that will bring a problem. I do go straight for the Rage Fist. I need the counter damage to be boosted. or not going to get a boosted counter through. I need to survive. And I need to be able to survive Incinerate. I have to trust Surface enough, and hopefully I have enough HP to survive and Incinerate. Yes, I do, and get the water gun down in time. Definitely was close. I might maybe throw. Honestly, maybe I needed to not throw the Surf immediately. So close on the margin of damage. I mean, if they got a free wild shuriken, it was really close. Next opponent, beautiful lead for us into the shiny chestnut. Really a pretty cool shiny. It is actually a pretty decent shiny. Do I double shield? I do not. I get the one shield position, like one shield each position. Ooh, I'm boosted. I can take a big chunk of damage or a shield. The last shield is taken. That gives me an amazing position with Shadow Galvantula, because even with the energy lead, I'm able to force the KO or the swap. I do go for a lunge. It is enough. And they're going to concede. I mean, they did not think thorn number 3 was going to be cleaned up in time. And it was not. Beautiful lead into a lone Sandslash. This is what I love to see. Now in Shadow Gator, interesting. I do go straight for the lunge, because then I could survive a Hydro Cannon. I mean, it's not a Shadow, so it's dealing less damage. But Shadow Claw is... No, actually I am shielding up. Maybe I double shield? I do not. I trust... Oh, okay, we take each other out, and now it's like, let's see, are they going to bring door number 3? They do bring door number 3, and oh my gosh, we're going to go and go straight for the Rage Fist. Rage Fist is going to land, because the boosted Rage Fist will do more. And they would rather shield up the boosted. No, they're going to shield here. I did get slight energy lead. I did make a tad bit of a mistake. I definitely should have left with some energy if I did after swapping. I mean, I got the shield to protect myself and boosted. Annihilate is kind of a big problem for a lone Sandslash. But there's a win condition. I go straight for the Surf. And I'm energy dry. I do bring in the Annihilate, and I do shield up. But unfortunately, I lose Charge Act priority. Okay, this bad. How much HP left? They're boosted, and they do the damage they need. And, well, that was bad. That was me absolutely throwing that game away. I had a definitely good chance at winning. This time we start with the mirror match. Okay. Again. Annihilate. I mean, it's good to have Annihilate to counter Annihilate. And it's good to use Annihilate. It's just a good Pokemon. Especially with Rage Fist. Let me know if you've used Annihilate in Ultra League. Definitely be cool to hear some other teams. And they also have their own Tapu Fini. Wow. I mean, I am more damaged, but that's fine. Because then I can bring in the energy, well, bring in the Annihilate that has energy. I do go for the Rage Fist. It's unboosted, so they don't shield. And I am going to get the counter down. We're going to find a Typhlosion, which is awkward to deal with. Real awkward. We need Volt Switch to put in the work. And oh my gosh, what is my opponent doing? They're going and launching the moves. When they have the Incinerate damage pressure, I would not have gotten that amount of damage for the KO. I mean, they would have done so much more damage had they just gone for the fast attack. And, I mean, Annihilate would have been able to get some counters in to clean me up. Haha, take that, my opponent. They definitely messed up. Just go commit for the fast attack damage. They definitely healthy enough. I was not doing enough Volt Switch. Now into Poliwrath. Yeah, I mean, we're just destroying in this matchup. Easy win. Being able to boost ourselves up. I mean, they have a chance at attack dropping us, but in a tidy spot. They are good enough IVs to force a shield out of me, which is fine. I mean, we're boosted. Annihilate gonna be kind of crazy into Licky Licky. Counter's putting in the work. I mean, Rage was not putting in the work, but it's fine. They're already into yellow health. They Shadow Ball. They take us out. And I am going to commit my last shield because they shouldn't be able to get to 2 body slams. Maybe they could have. And here, bit of an interesting endgame. I mean, the power of debuffs. Lunge, resisted lunge. You want to debuff this Registeel. Because Registeel, I mean, its biggest flaw is not being able to double up on moves. And when all their moves are resisted and they're debuffed so they can't take the KO, they're kind of in a terrible spot. I mean, I may be a glass cannon of a shadow, but Lock-on's putting in no work. I mean, they have to leave with energy and get rid of that debuff, chip me. But I was just able to get to a move in time. And I win Charge Attack priority into the tank Registeel. A very nice result for me. Very, very fun taking out probably an excelled Registeel. Tapu Fini safe swap met with Typhlosion. A little interesting. Actually, a little interesting. I mean, Typhlosion with Thunder Punch does have play. A fast attack pressure. I mean, we can commit our shields. Smart to go for Thunder Punch, but they're not getting to 3, so only 1 shield from me. And Water Gun puts too much damage into them. And I do have a Nature's Madness for the last shield, or from, okay, they bring in Steelix. I did miss some bubbles, pretty significant mistake. Would have been able to get them at under about half health probably here. They bring in Dragonite. Do I commit my shield to the Galvantula? I actually do. Do I go for the lunge? I do go for it, because then I can get to another one before the next move. I actually land it. I get a nice Volt Switch down. And I'm going to be getting the debuff onto Steelix, which is huge. Debuff Steelix, some key damage for the rest of the battle. They're going to be trusting they can get the damage with the Psychic Fangs. Debuff me. Now they're back to normal damage. Oh my gosh, that debuff is key. Lunge. I mean, it's not the strongest move, but it can be very key to winning battles. And Galvantula, I mean, it's a glass cannon. It's fun to use. Pricey Pokemon to build, but getting a 96 Shadow, I mean, I just could not resist, because that is exactly the type of spice I like to build for Go Battle League. And I mean, yeah, using it with Annihilate, a pretty good Pokemon, but it's not Primeape. Tapu Fini, I mean, I really do just enjoy Tapu Fini. It's a decent water type for Ultra League. Definitely fun to get use out of these. My second built Annihilate for Ultra League. Actually, maybe I built 3, or maybe I waited for Ultra League to build my first Annihilate. We're going to have Steelix. I mean, you may want damage, but I want that debuff, because I need that extra water gun damage with the debuff. They didn't know shield. Makes sense. I do go for the surf this time. I need all the damage I can get onto them, and I take the shield. Huge. Psychic Fangs debuffs me. I trust for some counter chip damage. I actually do just go straight for the Tapu Fini. And I trust in a shielded Shadow Galvantula can clean up. Psychic Fangs debuff. I get the Volt Switch down. They did not get enough energy. And I do trust in Galvantula winning Charge Attack priority. And I have back-to-back moves. I think they're at a brutal swing. But actually, kaboom! Goodbye, Weezing. Bye, Shadow Glam Weezing. Hope you enjoyed the battles. 600k Stardust. spent for Shadow Galvantula. Let me know if you are going to join in this madness. I mean, definitely don't recommend it, as I have plenty of other Pokemon much better to spend dust towards. But let me know if you are someone who does that. That would be cool to know. But thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for daily Go Battle League videos and other Pokemon Go content. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.